You're looking well, Syrah.
Swear to God, that fucking smells like Janeway. Why did I get money?
Years of nice, quiet anxiety.
We're showing up.
Gone. Along with a whole street.
The Qunari
Or
were
it's Ferengi,
blameless.
and I had to pay to come into his
Right.
abode.
A mad elf pushed by zealots, likely hidden in the very groups I have to appease. The Maker has a grand sense of humor. And the Arishok. I suspected he had no plans to leave. I didn't know it was just as annoying for him.
You could send him gold and he'd complain it was heavy.
And it's about to get worse. A shame. There were overtures of civility. Your influence, no doubt.
What happened?
A Qunari delegate and entourage paid me a visit. It was civil, tentative, hopeful. They left my chambers with precision, but were not reported by the outer guard. They are missing, almost literally, from my doorstep. What do you imagine will be the Arishok's reaction?
Do the Qunari generally keep you updated?
Qunari do not disappear. They know we watch, and they are not shy about their movement. Speak to Seneschal Brown. He has details that show how damning this is. I don't know who would benefit from fighting the Qunari.
3 gold!
Cost
Woo!
us. I'm
Combine that with the one from earlier, and what do you get?
2 horse!
You have information about the missing Qunari?
I am to help you, yes. Viscount Dumas would appreciate discretion in this matter. I would prefer that you were not involved at all. But that is neither here nor there.
Has anyone reported this to the Qunari?
Maker, no. I'd be signing the messenger's death warrant. He'll find out soon enough, of course. And when he does, the Viscount is rightly concerned that the illusion of peace will dissolve.
The Arishok is growing violent. He might want an excuse to end this peace.
I suspect that if the Arishok wanted to take over, he simply would. For all we fear that heretical Qun of his, its demands have done more to keep him in check than any of our efforts. Besides, would Qunari stoop to trickery? There is no precedent, but there is unfortunate evidence of influence on our side.
It sounds like you don't want them found.
I must think of what is best for the Viscount's office. Bringing attention to such an incident benefits no one.
You would do nothing.
The Qunari are neutral hostiles at best. There is no relationship to salvage by overextending ourselves on their behalf.
I'm having a hard time picturing the abduction of a Qunari entourage.
Unfortunately, they were not at their best. Their swords were tied into their sheaths, as I advised. It seemed a respectful compromise. Even I know you cannot separate a Qunari from his weapon.
I'm sure you have suspicions about what happened.
My concerns are well-founded. This could not have escaped the notice of the city guard. Unless they were involved. Not coincidentally, a number of recent recruits have failed to report. You should start with one of them. Although where you find a swordsman so eager to sell his honor and duty, I'm sure I don't know.
A hanged man.
Hanged man.
Obvious one, that. Right. Then you know what to look for. I can't imagine this has occurred without notice. There is always a weak link.
Oh, great. One of these.
In just a completely safe place.
Absolutely.
No one's gonna notice this.
Nope. Oh, look. The door conveniently closed itself. Oh, it's locked, too.
Ow.
No.
No one's gonna notice.
Nope. No one at all. Just
Nope.
completely ignore the abominations just sitting on the Viscount's lap. Mirror image. Oh
I
no.
wonder what that means.
Oh no. Oh no.
Totally can't be a big plot
I've
point
got
or
something to
anything.
show you. Come and see.
But you've had it for fucking ever. I've seen it already.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Hey, cutie. I haven't started romancing anyone yet, have I?
No, not one person.
I'm not fucking a blood mage.
Something seems off about your mirror. Shouldn't it reflect the room?
No. It's not that sort of mirror. I've spent
Blood
the last
mage
few
elf,
years
though.
restoring this. One of my clan found it in the
She
Brazilian
does in the
forest, I
butt,
think.
too.
Poor Tamlin. We never found him. Just the shattered pieces of the alluvion.
What are you trying to do with this mirror?
At first, I just wanted to find Tamlin. But it's been too long. Tamlin is probably dead by now, if he wasn't already. But still, I know it can help my people. I can at least recover this one small part of our heritage.
This thing is what made the Keeper send you away, isn't it?
The Keeper wanted me to destroy the fragment I kept. She said our ancestors meant it to be forgotten. But it's a Keeper's place to remember. Even the dangerous things. We argued. I left. She's wrong. This mirror could teach us so much about who we once were.
Do you think the mirror had something to do with Tamlin's disappearance?
The ruin we tracked Tamlin to was full of traps and monstrous things. But we found no body. His trail ended at the broken pieces of alluvion.
What's an alluvion?
Long ago, the elves had a kingdom. An empire that covered Thedas. And every city had an alluvion. The mirrors let them communicate across their empire. But I don't know how exactly.
The webway.
My people have lost so much. We know almost nothing of the days before Arlathon. This is a piece of our history.
Tell me you didn't bring the killer mirror to Kirkwall just because it's pretty.
It's not dangerous, I promise. I fixed it, or tried to. With blood magic. The mirror won't hurt anyone.
I cringe every time she says that. She has no idea what she's messing with.
I do. I have it totally under control.
He hates that.
But it doesn't work. I've tried everything, and I think it's because it needs to be finished with a special tool. An
That's a
Aruan
weird
hoe.
line. Special
My clan
tool.
has one. It's been in their hands for generations.
But you're afraid to face Keeper Marathari again.
Exactly. You have no idea, the Keeper. I can't talk to her. We fight or talk circles around each other. She has a disappointed frown that turns your
I
bones
can't
to
tell
jelly.
if she's trying to be
Please help me.
Scottish
You
or...
will, won't you?
I'll go with you.
Maceranus, I'll find some way to repay you, I promise.
This bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy.
I think you missed Isabella.
Oh.
Because after you do the quest, where you help Anders and you ended up having him kill his friend, after that is done, then all you need to do is go to the Hanged Man at night, and that's where you meet her.
And I never
I
met
don't
her.
think you ever went there at night after doing that quest.
Should I start romancing someone?
Well, if you were gonna pick Isabella, then yeah, you gotta go for someone else, because I don't think you can get her now, because she was only in Act 1.
Oops.
I didn't know you could even miss her. I got her both times just by happenstance. But I also didn't do what you did and do every single side and miscellaneous quest before progressing the main story.
Yeah.
So I've never seen the result of that.
Yep. Well,
I always just ran into her. I was like, oh, look, cool.
well, there you have it. Don't do that, kids.
It's alright. Hawke can be single. My Inquisitor was. I thought everyone was so ugly in that game. I think your choices are like 2 or 3 dudes and a blood mage. Alluvian. I mean, Morrigan fucked with one. Why can't she? Go back to that real quick. Just want to look at it. Meryl's. Scroll down.
That movie's up.
Yeah, I was looking at it. I was like, so you know that means that if she can cast any of those spells above, she is not going to do these 2 things.
Did you step on something sharp, Fenris?
No.
Slam your fingers in a door?
No.
Smack your head on a low beam?
Is there a point to this line of questioning?
Just wondering why you're so cross all the time.
I think he jabs himself with those spikes, personally.
Perhaps it's the inane prodding.
Meryl's great.
Keeper.
You returned to us, darling. Have you reconsidered this path at last?
What a Dalen.
Go on.
Let's speak.
I'm with you.
Shenlin.
Thank you, Hawke. Keeper, I need the Arulan home. The ancient carving blade that Master Island keeps.
I see. You wish to rebuild the Alluvian.
You don't have to approve of it. I'm invoking Resoula Varnan. I'll do whatever task you wish.
Well, I'm glad to know I can still disapprove. It is your right. I will give you a service to perform if you insist.
What did Meryl invoke?
Our history belongs to all Dalish, child. So our clan's most cherished relics can be claimed by everyone.
That seems OP.
Any Dalish can perform a service for the clan and gain ownership of such an item. For a time. That is what Meryl has invoked. Even if she has chosen to live apart, she is still one of the people.
Sounds kind of like regretful. She's like, she's still one of the people. Ugh.
What exactly is this thing we're asking
I didn't
for?
get that tone from that at all.
It is an ancient carving tool, used by our
I'm amazed we don't
shapers,
have more
passed down for
misunderstandings.
countless generations.
This is not the first time
Our
this has
clan
happened.
has
I know.
carried
Where
it
we hear
since
someone else
before
say
the fall
something
of
and get
the
completely
Danes.
different things out of it.
It is as old as Arlathan itself.
We appreciate your help. This means a lot to Meryl.
I'm glad that Meryl has a friend in you, child. I hope you will look after her.
I can take care of myself, Keeper.
Yes, Dalen. I know. Avar Terrell has taken the lives of 3 of our hunters. It lairs in a cavern in the mountains.
I know where we're going.
Seek it out, slay it. No one else must fall to its anger. Do this for us, and I will give you the Arulan home. May the Dread Wolf never catch your scent.
That is the first time they've ever mentioned him.
The Dread Wolf.
Yes. Remember the whole time I was saying that there was someone else in Flemeth's story that you were missing that they haven't told you about yet? Well, there you go. That's him.
So the Dread Wolf is involved with Flemeth.
Yes.
Is the Dread Wolf
Very
Flemeth?
much. Extremely involved.
Is the Dread Wolf Flemeth?
No.
Is it the same spirit that inhabits Flemeth?
No.
Is it a shard of the same being
No.
that is inside
It's a
Flemeth?
completely different person.
Is it the Maker?
No.
Is
Well,
Flemeth
he
the
might
Maker?
tell you he is. But no.
Is he like an equivalent to Loki?
Yes.
So if he's the equivalent to Loki, that would make Flemeth the equivalent to Thor, or no?
No.
Or Odin? Hela.
No.
Is it his mommy?
I don't know Hela. What's Hela's thing?
Hela is a daughter of Loki.
No.
Hera? Not Hera, what's her fucking name? Thor's or Odin's wife.
I'm gonna say probably not.
Okay.
What's her thing?
I mean, other than Frigga is her name. Frigga. She's a fortune teller, a seer.
Your guesses are kind of on the right track, but it's not one-to-one with any of these.
Okay.
Look into a different mythology.
Okay. I mean, other than what's the other side of Thor? I mean, there's the Greek mythology.
Think Greek or Roman.
Okay, so if there's what trickster god? I don't know any trickster gods.
So he
Yeah.
is very much similar to Norse mythology.
Okay.
Yes. But if we're talking Flemeth, we gotta go for like Greek or Roman.
Okay, well, there's the Keeper of the Hearth. We've got the mother of basically, or the wife of Zeus, who's a very angry, jealous woman because Zeus keeps sticking his dick in everything.
Well, I mean that just sounds about right. But...
You've got a god of love. That doesn't sound like Flemeth whatsoever.
Who's the god of love?
Aphrodite. Please don't tell me Flemeth is love.
Flemeth isn't.
The spirit inside of her is.
The spirit, which isn't... Okay, so the spirit isn't inside of her currently, but the spirit in her story is the goddess of love. But also, it's not just love. It's goddess of love and creation.
Yes.
I was hoping you go more
Yeah.
Gaia route.
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, I mean,
it's both.
Gaia's a
You've been visiting
titan.
the Viscount's gardens, Daisy.
Oh, they're enormous.
Greek Gaia.
Yeah.
And they're
Greek
always
Gaia.
empty.
Okay.
Why
Gotcha.
don't you
The
people
goddess
see
of
them?
creation.
Okay.
Probably
Yeah.
because they're
Mother
private and
Earth,
surrounded
okay.
by guards.
I thought all those men looked a bit cross.
But Flemeth is not that
She's
god.
doing her bidding as an avatar.
That god's name is Mythal, something like that. They had a conversation. Remember what your guess was that, like, you said that Flemeth would do a task or whatever, and then, like, and then get something. That was very much on the right track.
Is she doing a task for the love god to get something on her end?
Well, the agreement's already done.
Yeah.
That was way in the past. Like,
Yeah.
Way in
And
the
she's still
past.
accomplishing the task.
No, it's done.
It's done.
It's done. So, where do you think that leaves us with Flemeth?
Well, she's going to go get her reward.
She already got it.
Did she become a god?
No, kind of. No.
Is she going to go get a god baby?
No. One important thing to remember is Flemeth, the things you learned in the first game, have not changed.
Yeah.
Flemeth, the person, does not exist anymore. That person is dead. And there's been a spirit hopping from daughter to daughter to daughter.
Right.
Originally, Morgan thinks that's my mother, Flemeth, doing that, stealing the bodies of her daughters.
So this the spirit that was in Flemeth, that was in Flemeth's mother and Flemeth's mother's mother, and blah 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 blah. It merely happened to take Flemeth's their lineage just by either chance or by choosing. But other than that, that spirit's personality has nothing to do with that specific family line.
So that spirit is the goddess that I mentioned.
The goddess of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I just said if Flemeth had the spirit of the goddess of love in her.
yeah, but so Flemeth was the name of the original person.
Mm-hmm.
That person never hopped to the daughter, the first daughter.
Oh.
That person is gone. That person is dead.
So
Flemeth, as you know her, is not Flemeth. That is just a name.
okay.
Just like I said there were a bunch of names, and I said the Dalish have the most accurate name and perception
Yeah,
of
what
her.
was her name? She who what?
It was literally like old lady, basically.
Yeah.
Because they know what god that is. That is a Dalish goddess, by the way. That's not a like a human god
Okay.
or dwarf or anything. That is a Dalish goddess. And
Okay.
that is an actual goddess.
All right.
And you can prove that that person is a goddess.
All right. So Mythariel, whatever her fucking name is,
Mythal, I think.
made a deal with the original Flemeth.
Yes.
The deal was complete. That Flemeth got what she wanted.
Yes.
The goddess then took over Flemeth's body.
Yes.
Then from then on,
That was the end of Flemeth.
Then from that point on, the spirit adopted the name Flemeth and went body hopping. And where other species had different names for her, she kept the name Flemeth to herself just because it was the first name she adopted.
Vaguely, yeah, roughly. That's a way to look at it.
Okay.
But, as you know now, Flemeth, as you've seen her this whole time, is not related to Morgan in any way. That is not Flemeth. That is... The shell is one of the descendants of Flemeth, yes. But the person you speak to is not a mortal or a person at all.
So
All of those individuals are as good as dead.
So
because a goddess took their body.
the cunning conversations we have with her and her witty quips is not one of a god.
Yes.
Not of a mortal who's been in contact with the god or a mortal who's just had a long time to become witty.
Well, that is literally a god.
That is literally a god. Which I can now see why you kept saying, like, I am, like, dangerously close to the answer.
Yes. You got pretty close multiple times. All the Dalish gods in this series, you can basically prove they all exist. Can't prove the Maker exists, But you can prove that the old human gods exist, and you can prove that the Dalish gods exist.
The old human gods being the dragons.
Yes.
What about the Qunari gods?
I don't think they have gods. I don't remember, but I don't think they have gods. Their religion is less a religion and more of a way of life.
Do they acknowledge the existence of the other gods, though?
Who?
The Qunari.
They don't acknowledge anything that isn't their own.
So a literal god can literally stand right in front of them and be like...
It's no different than talking to a human. Remember, if you're not Qunari, they literally call you Thing That Is Unknown to Me. That is your name. Thing That Is Unknown to Me in their language.
That is so rude.
Well, not to me. Unknown to the Qun, but
Yeah.
still. So now, where do you think the Dreadwolf comes into this?
Alright. So, if I were a trickster god involved with a goddess of love, I would have taken something from her, and she wants it back.
So, you're on the right path and you're not on the right path.
Just like the other times.
You're on the right path, like one game from now. But you're up till this point, no. So you're predicting the future a little bit, but you're not predicting the current situation.
That's funny. It's like not being able to predict the lotto number, but predicting who gets it.
Trickster gods are usually pretty charming, right?
Yeah.
Don't you care about the plight of our
And
people?
Goddess of love.
Flemeth is specifically a goddess of love.
I mean, I guess they're gonna fuck and make a baby.
I know it better than
They
you.
were lovers.
I've
Okay.
lived there for years. I see it.
That's all the
firsthand.
story you need to really know up to this
I
point.
lived it.
Okay. So who popped out a god baby?
No one.
Who's gonna cop out a god baby?
No one. Yet. Shrug. Yeah, you had a god in your pocket for like a year.
The
And she's
cave
just
must
sitting
be
there
near
patiently,
town.
like,
The keeper would just warn the
I'm
hunters
safe.
away otherwise.
You helped Morrigan fight a god, and then you had a god in your pocket. So.
the previous vessel of Flemeth, is that vessel now gone?
Yeah.
What did I see in front of me? Was that an actual true embodiment of that god? Or was that a new mortal vessel avatar?
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I thought you meant before the old lady Flemeth. No, that is still Flemeth. They just changed her aesthetic a little bit.
Okay.
It's still the same host.
Okay.
She can't be here without the host. That's why she does what she does.
He needs flesh. Just like the Fade. Or
I don't know if
demon.
they're ever going to tell you what the deal was or if it's in a lore book, honestly, so I'll just tell you now. Because if they do tell you, it's going to be a little, really minor thing. It's going to be like after the end of Inquisition. But basically, I think Flemeth... Oh, that scared you.
That scared me.
Oh, that scared you. You fucking twitched. But the human Flemeth was in danger, essentially. And she prayed to the goddess of Mythal, or whatever her name is, and basically said, please save me. And
Okay,
the
but
goddess said, alright,
I want your skin.
but I need to use your body to save you. So I'll save you, but I get to stay in your body. Someone was like, yeah, sure. Like, alright. Took her over, killed whoever was gonna kill her. Alright, deal's done. Anyway, my body now.
Yeah.
That was basically that. That was the deal.
Could she have done that to literally anyone who asked for it?
Yes. Also, now, can you guess what the altar is?
Guide you, let the lamp.
It is where she prayed?
The keeper
No,
would have sent
it's-
them to recover elven artifacts.
The altar
from the
is an
Hawke
altar
before the camp
dedicated
had
to the
been
goddess of Mythal.
So your
Okay.
keeper sent them to their deaths.
Is it where they have weddings?
Normally they let the Dalish come and go as we please.
Is it where they have
Something
babies?
must have provoked it.
Where they make babies?
And now, to make it even better, in the descendancy of the family that Mythal now has full right and capability to take over, there is now an old god that you made into human form in the bloodline that Mythal has direct control over.
Oh boy, she wants the host.
You made potential. This is a potential. We don't know this much yet, but we know leading up to this now that not only is Flemeth fully capable of taking over anyone in this family, Although it might be any female, but now there is an old god in existence, probably capable of being taken over by Mythal.
That's gonna be hot.
So, no idea what that's leading to, but that's where we are right now.
An old human god.
An old human god. Very powerful, as you've seen. Extremely powerful. Arguably more powerful than Mythal in her current form. Because Flemeth couldn't have killed the Archdemon. Now, albeit that's with a Darkspawn taint involved as well, and a Darkspawn army, but the old gods are very powerful either way, and it's a shrug of whether or not in a 1v1 fight the actual old god versus Flemeth who would have won that, but
I'm so sorry.
now you see the potential of that power. Especially because this old god isn't just an old god, but technically... Oh wow, that really got you.
It's
Holy
the sound.
shit.
It's the sound that gets me. Because it clips a little bit, you know?
Alright. Might just be your earphones.
Yeah. But anyway, you're saying
The old god that you brought into the life is not just an old god. It's a tainted old god. Remember, the taint is what went into Morrigan's child. It wasn't just the old god itself. The taint makes it so that the old god can go from Darkspawn to Darkspawn. Technically speaking, if that child died, the old god would go to another Darkspawn. That is a tainted Darkspawn old god. That child.
And an elven god is trying to fuse with it.
We don't know that. All we know is that the elven god told Morrigan to basically make that happen. That's all we know. An elven god that takes over everyone in the bloodline told Morrigan, yo, go have that Grey Warden's kid. Here's why. Here's what it will do. Go do it.
And she did it.
Yeah.
And
piece of cake.
According to my timeline, the Grey Warden is not with her now.
Currently, at least for a little bit.
It's going to be a painful and arduous life for the both of them, but at least they're together.
That kid is just a growing plot point. It started off as like a little thing at the end of Origins, like you don't think much of it.
Carefully, Lethaline.
But
May the trickster never find you in the beyond. We should give their clan amulets.
now you can see how the kid is literally growing as a plot point.
You can't just create a god and not make it a plot point ever, you know?
Yeah. A tainted humanoid god that could theoretically call all the Darkspawn to him at any time.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's still the Archdemon.
Yeah.
Is someone there? It's safe. You can come out.
Hello? Praise Andraste. I mean the
What?
creators. I thought I'd never get out of... Meryl?
Anethera, Paul. Are you hurt?
Stay back. What do you want from me?
What?
Paul, what's wrong? I'm here to help.
What?
Stay back!
What?
Don't touch me!
What?
What?
Is he a worshipper of Andraste? And he's afraid of this fucking blood mage.
Yeah.
Because she's a fucking blood mage.
Yeah.
That's hot.
Be calm, Paul. We'll help you get back to the camp.
You don't know what she is, what she's done! Creators, help me! Someone, please!
Paul, no! We have to catch him. Hurry!
Oh, that's not cool.
Hold on, Paul. We're coming.
Oh, stop. Please, don't. Like, seriously, do you hear that tone? Bro, I forgot she doesn't have resurrection spells.
Dun dun.